Welcome to Magic Jones Radio. This is episode 1. I believe we are live. I appreciate everybody here who enjoys listening to rock and roll. This is something new that we're going to start doing. Not entirely sure of the format yet, but we'll figure it out as we go along. So. First, I'd like to tell you a story. When I started this journey in March of 2017. Has it really been that long? Yes, it has. Oh my goodness, March in 2017. I really had no idea that I would still be writing songs 3 years later. We are now working on song number 143, but that it still will be a bit before we release that. So I'd like to welcome the people to the chat in YouTube. Studio Geek 32, how you doing, Sammy? Thank you so much for coming around. Rolando Mata Jr., welcome. Thank you so much. Rolando says, love the vids, man. Keep up the good work. I am your host, Magic Jones, and our first song is going to be off of the album, let's see here, Light Within Darkness. It is one of my best performing original songs. I currently have 5 albums released. I am in the process of packaging, as it were, my 6th album, which I believe with my whole heart to be currently the best album that I have produced. I'm excited and a bit nervous and a bit anxious to release that. A release date will be forthcoming. I also am in the middle of building a storefront, a digital storefront for albums and merchandise. But this is, without further ado, this is Blindfold from my album Light Within Darkness. Enjoy.
I feel your hand, cold you lead me. Though scared I trust I must, because I still feel the ground beneath me. Pleasant silence walks along, and soft I feel her touch. Eyes closed, I think I have the strength to take another step. it's nothing new. And skillfully we navigate, we know we'll make it through. Faith has led me by her hand, my soul expands inside. Intertwined our souls are set to reach to the divine. Like a river leading home, I feel your love. Happy memories from above, I feel your love. I close my eyes and feel, I feel your love.
That was Blindfold, once again on the album Light Within Darkness. And man, that was the first time, or one of the first times, that I had seriously tried to merge electronic elements and acoustic elements. So, wow, we've got a lot of people over here in the chat. Welcome, Gypsy Heart Entertainment. So glad you are here, Billy. How are you this wonderful afternoon? Lisa Edelhuber, welcome, welcome, welcome. And of course, Ronnie G, welcome to you. We've got Studio Geek 32. Sammy, I think I already welcomed you, but doing it twice isn't bad. I hope you're doing well. Mark Fun Jones in the house. So good to see you. Easton Music Ministry is here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Rolando Mata Jr., welcome to you. Who else do we have? Who else do we have? Oh, we've got somebody I don't believe I've met. Music Therapy Laz. Welcome to Magic Jones. If you haven't so far and you like what you're hearing, I invite you to subscribe to the channel, Magic Jones. We are always doing stuff new. I also have a, excuse me, I also have a channel where I stream songs, where I stream songwriting over on Magic Jones songwriting streams. So if I have not shouted you out, please let me know that you are here. Also, I don't believe that I've met you, Rolando Mata Jr. Thank you so much for being here. So this second song that I have written is the title track on my album Fear on Fire. And when I wrote this song, it was right after I had gone to a songwriting conference. And I heard speeches given by Nashville songwriters, all of which who had written hit like top 10 songs. And they said that you need to come up with an idea for a title that evokes an emotion. And I was really fixated on courage. Like, what does it mean to be courageous? And I don't know why, but the thought, I always have thought that courage is really fear with action behind it, where it's very difficult to be courageous without being fearful. You just decide to push through that fear and go forward. And I thought, Fear on Fire. Now that's an interesting title. And I wrote this song based on the title. What does it mean to be courageous? I'm not saying that I am in any way courageous. I have many fears that I hide away and pretend that they don't exist. But I imagine this is what being courageous would look like. Here is Fear on Fire on my album, or from my album Fear on Fire. Enjoy.
accept my own defeat. I'll talk the night, the demons cold, hold before me lies between the past and the unknown. The choice is mine, I cannot stay, accept my fate, go to my grave, I'll look him in the eye, with fear on fire, with fear on fire. On my feet, my heart beats fast, I know what must be done. The truth is that I can't go back. This fight needs to be won. With a trembling hand I stand my ground, and I match the demon stare. I see the darkness, shame and loss, and the rage that's burning there. And I tell him I'm not scared. Yeah, I tell him I'm not scared. No. I'll talk the night, the demons cold, hold before me lies between the past and the unknown. The choice is mine, I cannot stay, set my fate, go to my grave, I'll look him in the eye, with fear on fire, with fear on fire. I'll talk the night, the demons cold, hold before me lies between the past and the unknown. The choice is mine, I cannot stay, accept my fate, go to my grave, I'll look him in the eye, with fear on fire.
Oh, wow. That was Fear on Fire from my album Fear on Fire. That's always interesting to listen to music that was written quite a while ago. My music is always evolving, for better or worse. So anyway, that was Fear on Fire. Thank you so much for being here this Thursday afternoon. Is it Thursday? Yes, it is Thursday. Sometimes I lose track of everything, including my mind. I'd like to welcome Wendell Live Music Videos to the chat. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see here. So I got ambitious in when was it? Was it 2018? I think it might have been. Let's see here. When was this? 2019. Okay, so this album was released April 8th, 2019, and I was driving. I was on the road, driving with my family. Everybody was asleep in the car. It was one of those nice stretches. I had a family, a car full of kids, and we were on our way to California, and everybody was asleep, and I was just listening to some contemporary bands that I wanted to sound like, and I had just released my previous album, and I didn't quite know what to do, and the thought popped into my head: you need to do a concept album. And I'd never considered doing a concept album, and then I saw in my mind's eye while I was driving west on I-80, I got this picture of this young adult who was sure that they knew everything, that they had it, life was going great. And then something happened, and they fell from grace. They realized how weak he or she was, and took a very hard fall. And the concept album is about that. The fall from grace, realizing that we are weak, and then building ourselves back up as a better person, a rising from the ashes, as it were. And the song that I have chosen from this album is one that is entitled "Pictures from the Past." It is song number 8 on my album entitled "The Road Eternal," and it is a part of this album where the antagonist, or the protagonist, the protagonist of this story is looking back over his or her life and realizing that they have made some mistakes, but that they must go on. They must do everything that they can to rectify the carnage left behind in their wake. But they almost must realize that they can't live in the past. They need to move forward. And the name of this song is "Pictures from the Past." It is song number 8 off my album, "The Road Eternal." Enjoy.
Breathing in the crisp cold air, the view is great from here. Seeing sights, the music sweet, I never thought I'd hear. I found myself, I know I have, it all expands inside. I look behind and instantly I feel so many lives I've torn apart. I cannot understand what I've done. I can't take back, I can't take I cannot leave my past alone. I've got to make it right. But here's the past life shattered by a feet gone in the night. I found myself, I know I have. How can I make this right? I'm left alone, it's time to pay. I've got to face what's there in front of me, to face the demons haunting me. Although the world laughs at me, refuses any sympathy, inside this thing is killing me. It's time to pay the price.
That one was Pictures from the Past. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking time out of your afternoon to spend with Magic Jones. All right, so when I started this journey back in 2017, I had no intention of. Thank you, Gypsy Heart. Thank you so much. Thank you for your encouragement. Thank you, everybody, for being here. So, when I started this 3 years ago, I had no intention of writing original songs. I was modeling myself after a Norwegian YouTuber who did metal covers of virtually everything. It was really, really impressive. Um, excuse me. The way he wrote and currently writes songs. His name is Leo Moracchioli. I'm happy to plug his channel because of the great work that he does. He runs Frog Leap Studios up in Norway, and it's on my bucket list to meet this dude. He's pretty talented individual, and he plays all of the instruments and does amazing guitar work and vocal work. And so I thought, man, I wonder if I could get to a point where I could do my own covers. You know, I've always been kind of introverted and not really apt to look out of myself when working with other musicians. Though I'm happy to work with other musicians. It's just not born in me to be the leader of the band, as it were. So, hey, we got this old stoner in the chat over here on YouTube. So good to see you, my friend. So, what I thought I would do, well, anyway, continuing on with my story. Sorry, my brain is just a little bit scattered. But so the first 6 months or so started in March of 2017, and by November of 2017, I was feeling like I might want to write my own stuff. At that time, I had done a cover every single week from March. So, however many weeks that was, like 20, I don't know, probably around 30. After 30 or so covers, I thought, what if I wrote my own song? And thus began the creation of original material. Crystal Frazee is in the chat. Welcome. I hope you're having a wonderful day, my friend. She says, hello, family. Yes, hello, Crystal Frazee. Hello. Wow, we've got also somebody that I don't recognize. Ian Luckett is in the chat. Thank you so much for for coming around. Looks like somebody named Metalhead Hippie is suggesting that people come check us out, and I am so grateful. I would love to know more about this Metalhead Hippie, so I can go check his or her work out. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming around. So I'm just chatting a little bit about my a little corner of my history before we start the next song. But anyway, since November of 2017, I have been mixing original material with covers, and I think the next song I'm going to play is a cover that is definitely in the running for the most different from the original. When I considered this song, I thought, you know what? What if I took a 4/4 song, a metered song that is in 4/4, and change it to 6/8? And this song, I'm not gonna lie, I really am pleased with how it turned out. It was written in May. In May of 2019, so about a year ago, I wrote this cover. It originally is by The Tokens. The name of the song is very well known. It is "The Lion Sleeps," and that is what we will be be listening to next. Enjoy my rock rendition of the Tokens original, The Lion Sleeps Tonight. Hey, it's Jason from Magic Jones. If you enjoy this song, subscribe now for another one next week. I've been doing it for years. That was my cover of a classic by the Tokens, "The Lion Sleeps Tonight," and I can't help but smile when I'm sitting here watching that play on my screen. Thank you all so much for coming by. We've got the great Vanzini. Welcome. It's been a while, my friend. I hope you're doing well. We've got HVEE4. Thank you for coming by. Thank you so much. It's good to see you again. And of course, Samantha Lee's Originals. How are you, Samantha? Thank you for dropping by. We've got Ian Luckett here. I believe I've already welcomed you. Sorry if I go over. I just don't want to miss anyone. Crystal Frazee. I'm just sitting here grinning from ear to ear. So Great Vanzini says, he commented, The history of this song, referring to the Token song, from South Africa is interesting. They made a really good documentary on it. I would love to see that. That is fantastic. Now we've got Victor Reyes says, Jason, you should listen to Nightwish. Well, Victor, I'll have you know, I love Nightwish. I've been into Nightwish since, my goodness, probably about 2000, 2010, 2009. So not from too many years ago. They were a band long before that, but I really enjoy their songs. So that was my cover. Just a little note. As of right now, and probably for the foreseeable future, unfortunately, I will not be able to make my cover songs available on Spotify. However, if you are interested in getting your hands on your copy of not only that cover, but every cover I've ever done, I do have a Patreon site. It's patreon.com/magicjonesmusic. And for a subscription of no more than $1, you'll have instant access to download all of my covers and all of my originals, even before they are released on Spotify and iTunes. If I could get one of my mods to put that link down there in the chat, that would be fantastic. But I don't like to do much promotion on this show, but I thought that I would mention that is available, and I appreciate all of my patrons greatly. Okay, enough of that. Let's go on. I was born in the mid-'70s, which makes my adolescence and my teenage years in the late '80s. And my brothers, I come from a family of 7, believe it or not. I had 4 siblings, and I was the 4th of 5 siblings. And my older brothers listened to Def Leppard and Scorpions and Bon Jovi, and was if it had a guitar in it and was rockin', that's what they listened to. So that is what was in my ears growing up. Was 80s hair metal, Poison, Dokken. There was always some hard rock music, and thus a lot of my music is pretty heavily influenced by those bands. And the one I'm going to play now is actually the last excuse me, the last song on my latest album, Remnants of Truth, my 5th album. And it is entitled Unreachable. And this song is all about my deeply held belief that nobody is beyond reach. I believe to my core that there is, how do I put this? That there is divinity in every human being on earth. That we all have power to overcome whatever is keeping us down and rise above. And this song does a pretty good way of explaining that belief in me that nobody is beyond reach. This is my song Unreachable from the album Remnants of Truth. Enjoy. Oh my goodness, I haven't queued it up. I am so sorry. I am failing so miserable. Oh boy. Note to self, make sure you queue up the song before you pitch it. Here we go. This is Unreachable.
Hey, it's Jason from Magic Jones. If you enjoy this song, subscribe now for another one next week. I've been doing it for years. drowning. I've cut myself down too far gone. Not unreachable, it's not negotiable, it's undeniable. I'm not unreachable. I'm over worrying what other people think of me. So keep your hate all to yourself and please just let me be. How can I remember the love while fighting in a constant war and battle with myself? I'm not unreachable, it's not negotiable, it's undeniable. I'm not unreachable, I'm not unreachable, it's not negotiable, it's undeniable. I'm not unreachable.
That was that was Unreachable. Oh my goodness, who is that guy? At the end of all of my YouTube videos, there is a promotional ditty that no two are alike. For every song, I write a new little minute-long ditty, promotional ditty that lets people know where they can go to provide support. So, remember, nobody is beyond reach. Nobody is beyond reach. So, welcome everybody who has come around. We've got Gabriel Tone Guitars. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Anybody else who has come by, if you shout yourself out or just say something in the chat, I will give you a shout out. If I have missed anyone, then please let me know, and I will do so. So that was Unreachable. This next song, we've got 20 minutes left before we run out our hour. This next song is let's see here. I moved to the place where I live now 7 years ago in 2013. And that's when I got serious about doing studio work. I own and operate a recording studio called Art City Sound. More information about that is found at artcitysound.com. But I record all sorts of local bands and do remote recording as well, thanks to the internet and the capabilities it provides. But anyway, I moved here and realized that a lot of really choice individuals in my community. I love my community. I absolutely love where I live. I know by name everybody who lives on my street, and my street is about a quarter of a mile long. My children play with neighbor children. It is just a beautiful, beautiful community of very caring people down here. But I started to realize that mental illness is pretty rampant here, and I've got some dear friends who struggle with severe depression. And I was talking with one of my close friends in the studio. She comes here to do some work on children's songs, and I was talking to her about some problems that one of her children is having. That I love her so dearly. I taught her this child in Sunday school, and just an amazing bright soul that is tormented by mental illness, and we were talking about all of that and what we can do. And I'm not a therapist. I don't claim to know much about the solution to mental illness, or if there is one, or but I do believe that love is the answer. But anyway, that prompted a song that I wrote. It is called "Where Do You Go" is the name of it, and it is found in our in my Light Within Darkness album. It is the second track on that album, and this is just me grappling with my lack of understanding of mental illness. Anyway, please enjoy my original song, "Where Do You Go?" Wow. All right. That was "Where to Go." That was a little bit deep. So while I was listening to that song, I thought, what about my very first album? What about before I go on, I must welcome Brother John Young to the chat. John Young has been a supporter of mine for quite a while. There are actually a lot of you who are amazing supporters here. So I don't mean to single John out. Lisa, everybody who has bought an album, Gypsy Heart, Ronnie, this old stoner. My goodness, I know I'm forgetting people, and for that I apologize. Easton, and just I appreciate those people who make this musical journey possible. I really do. So I was thinking, what? So full disclosure, I'm not super in love with a whole lot of the songs that I wrote on my first album. I just so if we're getting, I mean, if I'm being honest, I didn't even know how to play guitar during the production of my first album. Why am I telling you this? Why? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I didn't. I faked all of the guitar work. I faked all of the bass work. If I could have, I would have faked the vocals. I think the only thing that is really being played on anything on the first album is the drums. And, I'm not ashamed of it because we've all got to start somewhere, right? And I think part of the problem with people putting their creative works out there is they always think they need to be better. And I, for some reason, was just dogged, determined to not let anything stop me. And I've been practicing guitar seriously since January. So and I think all of the albums after my first one have at least bits of real guitar and real bass on there. And after the second album, I think all of it is it is authentic. So anyway. So I thought I've got to share a song from my first album. I've just got to. And so I was looking over my first album, and I think the song that people like the most is one called "Thunderous Whisper," and I named it that due to the I believe that there's a voice in all of us. It's called conscience, right? All of us have a conscience. We know that if we are about to do something that is not so good or hurtful, there's usually a voice inside us that is saying, "No, don't do that. No, don't do that." Or if we're about to do something that is helpful to someone else, we usually get a calming, comforting feeling that knowing that is the right choice. And this song is all about that voice that is in us that sometimes lets itself known by whispering thunderously. So this is off my first album. Let's see if what is it? Oh, it is track number 8 on my very first album. The album name is Overcome. This is Thunderous Whisper.
Skin. Gotta keep breathing.
Awesome. That was Thunderous Whisper. It is off my first album, Overcome. Thank you for your forgiveness. I I don't know. I think it sounds good. And I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I've documented the where I was when I wrote that. I better stop harping on that. It's good in its own right. So to wrap up this hour, I am going to play one of the songs from my forthcoming album. It's my 6th studio album. I very quickly will be getting a release date. I think I've finally got the album artwork, which turns out, and I think I'm just gonna bite the bullet and do it, because it's kind of different. But the album artwork was drawn by my 8-year-old daughter, and the name of the album, the 6th album, is Getting Closer. This is going to be track number 7 on that album, and yes, it is. It's called Facing Doubt. But before I play that, if any of you out there have not yet joined my mailing list, I invite you to do so. I am not super active right now, but I do send little snippets of inspiration from time to time. I do not sell anyone's email address. I do not spam. But for the 6th album, I will be offering a few freebies and a few deals to those people who are subscribed to my mailing list. You can subscribe by going to magicjones.com. Just magicjones.com. When you go there, a little pop-up will give you the opportunity to join the Magic Jones mailing list. And anyway, this song is called Facing Doubt, and I love it. I love the way that it came out. It was written in September of last year. Wow, has it been that long? Has it really been that long? Yes, indeed. And this will wrap up the hour of episode 1 of Magic Jones Radio, and this song will be leading us out of that hour. And I so very much appreciate those of you who have been here the whole time. I appreciate those of you who are here now. Your support means the world to me. And with that, here is track number 7 from my album yet to be released, called Facing Doubt.
Hey, it's Jason from Magic Jones. If you enjoy this song, subscribe now for another one next week. I've been doing it for years.
And that will wrap up. Uh-oh, I let it go too far.
I'd like to take a moment to thank you for watching the video to the end. Not too many people do it nowadays, so thank you. You're wondering why this video was tacked on to the end of this music video. Well, let me tell ya, I think it's kind of a treat just for you. It's kind of a token of insanity. If you'd like to download all my songs, I've got a Patreon account.
Oh my god.
More information in the video description. Yeah.
And with that, I bid you all to have the best week of your life. Go out and find somebody to serve. If you're feeling down, that is one of the things that I have found that brings me out the fastest, is finding somebody and doing something kind for them with no expectation of anything returned. Seems hard, but it is one of the most beautiful things you can do. And as always, you wonderful people, make it great. We'll see you next week.